I was supposed to have cooked this while I was chatting with you all, but I forgot. I made some ramen noodles tonight, and I'm going to eat them now. I'm back again, guys, and it's doing a little bit more of a flurry now. You can see it a lot more better, and the wind is picking up out here. But this is the cutoff. And what I was saying earlier about it coming from the west, it actually is not doing that right now. This is what we call a nor'easter. And what it does is it circulates kind of like a tornado, but through 3 states: North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. And according to what they're saying, it cuts off pretty much right at Atlanta. So I'm like on the very outskirts of it, but it is actually flurrying out here. The wind is picking up. I don't know that you can see the snow going sideways, like towards the south. And that is what I was talking about as far as the wind is concerned. It will accumulate to some degree, but it's not gonna stay like a long time, unless it did this for like 2 to 3 hours. Now, like I said a long time ago, Georgia is very bipolar when it comes to weather. It is. It always has been. I'm originally from Florida. I grew up in Florida, and we did not have this type of weather down there. It never snowed. I think we got ice once or twice, but it wasn't like this. And it's pretty wild out here right now. And, as you can see, it's like blowing all over the place. That is like the equivalence of a blizzard. However, the flakes are not like thick, and they're a lot smaller. So if it got like this with the wind blowing it like sideways like it is right now, it would actually be called a blizzard. But we're not quite at the point where this accumulating is going to be a problem. This type of snow right here is not really a problem. If you can remember me posting last year, the snow, that was an absolute problem for here. And that snow lasted on the ground for like 3 days. And it turned into ice, and of course, cars rolling over it, it made it like really bad. And, different trucks assembled to take care of that by, spreading salt all out on the pavement and that. But there's so many streets in Atlanta, it would be hard to do. What I also wanted to say in this video is that today happens to be January 31st, what I told you before. I made it a big effort to look at all of the videos I possibly could on January the 31st. There was only one that was kind of intriguing, and the purpose behind it was the lady that was talking, she was elderly, and she wasn't talking about it being like something that takes place where, we start getting out of whack and the end of the world is coming soon, that type of stuff. What she said was that my father during January 31st was going to lock the door. Meaning, if you are stuck in some kind of situation or whatever, you will forever be stuck there. There's not a whole lot that you could do about it from this point out. And, I could go with that, sure enough. I mean, to some people's translation, they would say, no, you still have time. You can still get it. But, it goes along with the verses that say he comes like a thief in the night, And if you don't have your house ready and prepared for a certain time, the door will be shut unto you. And I believe in that. So it is what it is. People can say whatever they want to say, but at the end of the day, I believe in that. So that could actually be a case right there. And, you just got to go with what you got to go with, Now it looks like the snow is like down and it's blowing up. Look how it is. It's like it's down close to the ground and it's blowing up closer in the air. It's not going sideways like it was. Now all of a sudden it's starting to go sideways again since I said that, but it was like popcorn popping in a machine or something. It was pushing up. Nevertheless, like I said, it's going to be what it is, And if my father is truly shutting the door, you should get your life right, And because there is going to be a point where you don't have a moment to spare. You're just going to be where you're at. And there's nothing that you or me or anybody, the man in the moon, can do about it, So you have to get your life straight, okay? If she was right about it, so sorry for you if it's already the end of the time for you. But if you still have time, get on your knees, pray about it. Tell my father that you want to be done with whatever it is you're doing. You don't want to do it anymore, and you want to get right with him. Because there is going to be a time where there is no time. People, I used to do that myself. Like I said, that's the only reason I could say anything about it. It truly is. Because I used to say that, well, I got plenty of time. I'll just do, like I said, riding the fence. I'll just do this, do that. Or at some time, you got to get right with yourself, because he's going to ask you, why did you when I spoke to you how many times and you just didn't listen to me? Hopefully you have ears to hear now. I'm not speaking to make people's ears itchy. Hopefully you have ears to hear now, because there's going to be a time that you need to know exactly what I'm talking about. And, it could be this time, but like I said, only you can make the difference. I can't make it for you. If you don't want to turn to my Father in everything, then you will just turn out to be nothing. And, maybe that is what the plan is for you. But for me, as for me and my house, we will serve my Father. Anyways, I want you to know that I love you. I love you right there. Love yourself, love my Father God, and by all means, love each other, people. Until the next time, love, peace, and soul.